Boxing is one of the best combat sports in the world. People choose it as a career. The richest athlete in the world is a boxer, Floyd Mayweather. And basically, boxing helps people to be able to live a better life. It helps, athletes to be disciplined, to be able to live in the society, to be able to respect what they are doing. So boxing is a very, very good sport. And as a PRO, I make sure, we tell people, we show people the activities we are doing. We try to bring people into boxing. We tell them the beauty of boxing. This is our aim. This is what we want to do.
Boxing is one of the most entertaining sports in the world. If you go to America, when they call people for boxing, the arenas are always full. In the Asian regions, boxing is part of their culture now, that every family is proud to produce a boxer within their family. This is what we want. This is our agenda. This is why we rise up to the occasion. You see, boxing saves lives. If you look at current world champions and past world champions, these are people who were almost on the wrong path. But because of boxing today, they are who they are. The likes of Floyd Mayweather. His father was into drugs. But today, he's a money man, as he called himself. You go to Manny Pacquiao of Philippines. He was almost a street boy. Today, he is building homes for homeless people. You go to Anthony Joshua. He was caught with drugs, cannabis. He was taken to community service. From there, UK produced an Olympic gold medalist. Most of our youths have been idle in the streets because they have nothing to do. Not everybody can kick that ball in the field. No. There are some, they have talent in their hands.
When you talk of talent, Gambians, we are born with talent. We all know. When we go out there, we perform very well. One of the ways that we can get people into boxing or see their talents is by inviting them. Sometimes you can see someone physically, you notice that, hey, this one will be a very good fighter, looking at the appearance. Now, if the person is physically strong, now what is left now is for you to teach the person the techniques and all that. One, two, if you are so engaged into sports, this is also one way that we can see people and then get them into the sport.
All our coaches are from communities. So what we do is to make sure we train coaches, send them back to their communities, they open boxing clubs so that we can get more boxers.
I can identify people that love boxing, by looking at the past, because I have lots of young boxers coming up. I want to do boxing, I want to do boxing. But what I normally say is go to your mom and your dad, to the parents, and ask them if they allow you to, and then you can come, and then you can train for free. So it's one of the things that I normally do, and then try to teach them discipline, because this sport is more of discipline. Without discipline, I don't allow you to be part of my team. So it's one of the things that I always focus on, and with that, I can create that person to be a great fighter. I believe in hard work, because it's a big challenge for you to be a boxer. So you are really needed to be ready, both physically and mentally.
It is never easy to be a boxer. It requires a lot of sacrifice in this game, because you need to be constantly training. Constant training limits the risk of being injured in boxing. As a boxer, you need to protect yourself in the ring at all times and all costs. We normally used to train with Coach Jane. What the coach gives us, that what we train from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then Thursday we relax. Friday, Saturday we normally used to train. And then sometimes the technical director will also invite boxers to go and have a sparring at the beach, which we normally used to do around Sundays.
People love boxing. It's a very, very entertaining sport. So what we normally do is, we make sure when we have events, we go to radio stations, TV stations, talk about what we want to do, invite people. And the beauty side of it is, whenever we organize events, the entrance is always free, right? So this is one way that we use to attract people. Recently, we are trying to promote an activity called street boxing or ghetto boxing, whereby we'll be going to the ghettos, to the community, organizing street boxing. Through that, you can be able to, get people, talented people through that. This is one way that we want to attract people into boxing.
The ghetto boxing is to go into communities that don't have the privilege to have access to boxing clubs. We'll be having their boxing activities, talk to the youth about boxing. In that ghetto boxing also, we have a project called Glove Off, Knife Down. This is to make sure we also contribute our part as a boxing association to reduce the knife crime in the country. We all know this knife crime now is a phenomenon. Not everybody is frustrated about this knife crime. And if you look at it, it is within the youth domain. It is the youths that are victims, it is the youths that are perpetrators. So what we can do is to come in as an association to make sure we inspire the youth, motivate them to be boxers. All our past events, the theme of our programs is Glove Off, Knife Down. In 2018, Musa Cham was sent to Serbia to represent the Gambia in an international boxing association elite men tournament. And that event was recognized as the first tournament a Gambian boxer attended in International Boxing Association. He went without a coach for the fact that Serbian embassies were not within the Gambian territory. So we find it very difficult to secure a visa for a coach. He went to Serbia. I know almost everybody in the international boxing community. I connected with the Guyana Boxing Association and they received him as their athlete. He was supported by their national team coach and he participated in the tournament. That day was my proudest moment in boxing. I was contacted by the International Boxing Association president to congratulate Gambia for the first time seeing our athletes competing in the international elite tournament. He was defeated in the first bout. He could not proceed to the second round. But at the first time competing, and for him being almost a novice in that tournament, we see it as a win for us. Then in 2019, we went to Dakar for the Olympic qualifiers. During the tournament, we took 3 boxers for the Baji, Sandem Sam Sanyang, and Musa Cham again. Fode and Sandem could not proceed, they were defeated. Fode was defeated by a Congolese, Sandeng was defeated by a Moroccan. Then Musa Cham won his first fight. That day at night we all gathered, celebrated it. In fact, some were saying that Musa should come back because it's a big win for the Gambia. So his second fight, he was defeated by an Ethiopian athlete who is even well known, Fikra Mariam Sadesa. He defeated him through experience. He was winning in the first round. The second round they drew. The third round, the Ethiopian boxer used his experience and defeated Musa.
Gambia is one of the few countries that are recommended by World Boxing through the help of the President and also the Secretary General, which is a great opportunity. The last World Championship, Gambia sent 2 representatives and they did very well. That is a great achievement.
Every association in the world, or federation I may call it, have an association, an international association that they work with. As I told you before, when I assumed my position as the president, what I did first was to register the Gambia with the International Boxing Association, IBA. It is the oldest amateur boxing body in the world. They are responsible for all amateur programs in the world. But due to problems between the IBA and the International Olympic Committee, there was this problem of governance. So a new body rise up called the World Boxing. The World Boxing is led by one man from Netherlands called Mr. Boris. He created a body called World Boxing. This World Boxing was formed to bring back boxing to Olympics, because there was this time that boxing was removed from the Olympics. So the World Boxing was formed. They are joined with the International Olympic Committee. The International Olympic Committee have instructed all national federations to align with the World Boxing. So the Gambia cannot be an exception of it. We have joined the World Boxing. In fact, Mr. Boris is my good friend. We have joined the World Boxing. Our National Olympic Committee is aware of it. And we are also happy that today the boxing is back to Olympic, being the oldest sports in Olympic. In fact, the founders of Olympics. So we are working with World Boxing. But although we are working with IWA in another way around, because today the ring we have, the gloves we have, is all out of the generous donation of IWA.
So now the ball is in our court to do what is expected. The media is here, Hot FM is always here to support, right? So basically, in the next few years, we want to see more athletes internationally to represent the Gambia in international competition. We want to see Gambian boxers fighting in professional levels. We want to see Gambian boxers making millions in boxing so that they get motivated by other people.
I think in the world, we have the youngest boxers right now. All the tournaments we attend, they announce us as the youngest boxers. And currently, I myself, am the youngest boxing president in the world, throughout the world. When I attend congresses, people ask me, are you a boxer? I said, no, I'm a president. Some of them used to doubt. This is why when I attend congresses, I see my pictures all around, because they portray me as the youngest national boxing president. I've been into boxing administration since 2017. Back in 2017, before 2017, I was working with a boxer by the name Ibrahim Abari, who was also a police officer. He was a lonely boxer training alone at the police barracks. He was also my co-worker. When we come cross together, he explained his frustration to me. Then I took up the responsibility to train him. I took him into many tournaments organized by few people who used to visit the country on just a walking visit. Then through that, the boxing people saw me. Then a lot of boxers start coming to the police camp for training. That's where everything started from.
I started boxing around 2016 when I joined Gambia Police Force as a police officer serving my nation. Then I happened to meet the boxing president, Alassane Ba. Through the help of Alassane Ba and then Basiru Baji and then Jibril Gay, they encouraged me to be part of their boxing team. As we started, we were two in number. Me and Maricol is a boxer whom you know is not currently in the country here. He's in Belgium. We were both serving the nation as police officers, and then with our senior boxer called Ibrahim Abari, who is currently not in the country here, but he also was serving this country as a police officer, and then we all joined together our hands and then we formed Police Boxing Club.
Right now, my target is to have more national competitions to make sure in a year at least we have 10 complete standard events for the athletes, because the more busy an athlete is at national level, the better he performs at international level. And another thing is to organize local professionals, because you see, boxing is a sport, but then there are people who choose this as a career that are boxers, and they need to see feature in the sport. And for us to make them see feature in boxing is to organize national professional events where boxers will be rewarded at least a better reward for them to use while they are training, while they are also at home with their families. We have boxers with their wives. We have boxers who graduated from school. We have boxers who choose boxing instead of looking for jobs. So professional boxing will be good for us. So professional boxing is a target. More competition, 2026, professional titles for the boxers.
We are also planning to find a way of motivating the boxers whereby those without skills, we are trying to see how best we can connect them with institutions. And through this way, you can attract people to come, because these trainings are free. We want to take that responsibility as an association to make sure boxers have something when they retire. Not only training them or bringing them into the sport, then after a few years of boxing, you dump them. No, you're trying to build them as, as boxers, to be responsible, to be able to stand on their own, to be able to sort out their problems and all that. So looking at that, we are not only concerned about the boxing side, but the boxer's personal life is also our concern.
Health and safety is very paramount in boxing. Boxing is an entertaining sport, but also it can be dangerous. So we make sure that as an association, we put our mind into this, because there is a saying which goes like, the health and safety of the boxers is the coach's priority. So our coaches are well trained on that. This is why we don't joke when we grab the opportunity to train our coaches on the coaching course with the International Boxing Association. And also, if you look at the association too, there is somebody who is well prepared when it comes to doping and the use of drugs by boxers. Because we have understand that during our training as official, that boxers, when they take supplements like these high performance drugs, it affects them most of the time with kidney, heart failures, and a lot. So also we have a trained officer on that called Basir Baji, who is very responsible for that, to train the athletes, sensitize them, mostly when we are about to have events. We also have a lady who is a trained medical officer, Ndenjai, who is part of the association. In fact, the day we have the sparring, we don't even call her. She knows she's supposed to be here. And also, most of our events, we invite the Gambia Red Cross. They do attend our programs. They come. We have a standby vehicle to make sure that when we have any accidents, that the victim can be easily transported to the nearest health center. When it comes to diversity in our boxing association, I will talk about two sides. The first one of female inclusion. If you look at our executive body today, we have 3 females, and it is the first time that this happened in boxing. Boxing was a male-dominated sport. Athletes, coaches, referees, and the executive. But today, the head of the R&J is a female, and in fact, she's the best referee, the best R&J referee and judge in the association. If you look at our executive body, there are 3 in number. Our vice president is a female. The head of female affairs is also a female. And our medic, the medic of the association, we call her the health and safety officer, is a female. So this alone will tell you that females are well included to the sports. We have boxers who are females. That day when we were doing the sparring here, we have a female boxer, and he was brought by our boxing coach called Mohamed Salah. But then we have another female boxer who come in as a coach, and she's training with one of the clubs in Bakau under Jane Boxing Academy. So another part of the diversity is we have foreigners in our boxing. Boxers who are foreigners like Liberians, Ghanaians. And one of our coach, in fact, is a Liberian. He has been in the country for many years. When I took over as a president, I invited him to tell him that boxing is open for him because he's training our Gambian kids. So the boxing association is open for him. We train him, and today he's a star coach and he's actively taking part in boxing. So now, regionally here, we're trying to structure at least a bit. Before, boxing was in one area. Let me say, boxing was only in Lamen. In Lamen, in fact, it was only in the streets. Only a few group of people were doing boxing. So if you look at them, it's like a boxer is a coach, a boxer is a boxer, a boxer is an administrator. So it's just a small group of boys who organize this, led by one individual. But then we try our level best today. Boxing is in Serekunda. Boxing is in the security forces. We have the army, we have the police, they all have boxing teams. Today, boxing is in Brikama, boxing is in Bakau. So we are moving. Nobody believes that boxing will reach Brikama. Today we have boxing club in Brikama. So we are moving. And also we have a boxing club in the North Bank region, Sambakala, a village called Sambakala around Dungukebe. We have a boxing club there, and that club have the highest number of athletes. They have the highest number of athletes. Because of the number of athletes they have, we used to cross and organize tournament for them. Their best athletes used to cross the river to come and attend our national championships. So we are going bit by bit. And I believe 2026, the target is Pase. Not only to open clubs, but to also move our tournaments to that region. I have called the National Assembly member, Mr. Jame of Janjambure. I sent him our proposal. He read it and he was happy about it. We also last year went to Demban village. We spoke with their youth leader and their sport chairman. They also buy the idea of taking our programs there. So out of the programs we have this year, the remaining programs, we have like 6. One of them will be in the provinces.
The media is one way that we can use to popularize the sport so that people can know and see and understand what we are doing. If the media is absent, it's not going to be easy on us. Working with medias like you, Hot FM, is also another great opportunity for the Gambia National Boxing. And we are hoping and also encouraging other media athletes to come and then give the support as you guys are doing. Definitely, we are grateful. We have a very strong Facebook, Gambia National Boxing, whereby all the activities we do are published there. We run it, so we try to make sure all the videos, all the pictures, all the competitions we attend are always there. Boxers, they all have their individual Facebook accounts, TikTok, Instagram, so they put their activities there. So basically, that is one way that you can contact them and at least see what they do, and then they can motivate you through that.
Move it! Move it! Move it! Move it! Move it!
The future of boxing is local professionals. This is my target. The future of boxing is to commercialize the sport so that athletes can see future in boxing. This is the target. And the only way to do this, we need the support of the government. The government have to come. They are our partners. They are the body responsible to oversee all sport associations in the country. Combat sports have been struggling in this country for years, especially boxing. Sometimes we find it difficult to organize events because we have to rent, like the youth monument. So sometimes it's very expensive. That money will have been used to give it to the boxers as pocket money to go home. You understand? So there are a lot of problems that I cannot talk all here. But what I can say in a nutshell is the government to rise up to the occasion, give a supporting hand to the combat sport, especially boxing, and they will enjoy the fruits of what they do.
We are urging the authorities to put their hands together to support boxing. We cannot do everything on our own without the help of the authorities. They are the main people that are given the responsibility to uplift sport, to help the young ones that are coming. We try to recruit, to bring a lot of people into boxing. Bringing people into boxing is great in the sense that you won't have the time to be, an outcast or a street boy fighting, stealing and all that. So we are trying to bring more people into boxing, to develop them to be complete people, to be able to live in the society, to be able to, stand for themselves, and do it on their own. So we are urging the authorities once again. I will mention Gambia Sport Council and the National Sport Council and GNOC. These are the highest authorities when it comes to sport in the country. So please try to centralize sports, not only football, also look at other. Everybody cannot be footballer, huh? others will be boxers, some footballers, others, basketball players, some volleyball players, depending on their individual talents.
Hot FM Sports.